So Johnny, we've seen recently some dramatic falls in the price of crude oil. How can blockchain technology decrease our dependency on fossil fuels?
Well, you're absolutely right. We've seen an unprecedented situation whereby the cost of crude oil, or the price of crude oil, is actually being minus, went down to nearly minus $40 a barrel early this week. So in effect, instead of having to pay to top up your car with gas and petrol, in theory, you're actually going to be able to go to the petrol station and be paid to use the fuel. And the reason for this is that we've actually seen the amount of supply far, far greater than the demand, given the current pandemic right across the world and slowing economic growth. But the reason I'm actually showing you this site from a company called Gridwatch, it actually shows you the amount of electricity that is being demanded and required at the moment. And where does it come from? What are the power sources? And you can see that coal and oil and gas is actually very, very little, about 20% in total. Whereas renewable energy is already in excess of 50%, running today at 55% of all our electricity that are actually generating. So whilst it's great to see renewable energy being produced, there are some problems with microgeneration in some of the renewable energy sites. Ernst Young have actually done a report claiming that the administration costs of micro energy generation peer-to-peer, so what that means is that if I actually am producing electricity on a solar panel or a wind farm and then sell it to my neighbour, I can bypass the grid and get more for my power. But that means, well, who's going to pay for the national grid situation? And also, how do we account for that? Well, blockchain technology can account for the energy that's being transposed from my home, perhaps to my next door neighbour or to a factory down the road. Because Navigant Research have come out with some statistics saying that the actual value of this electricity generation from microgrid systems around the world is going to be in excess of $2 billion a year. But the International Energy Association claim that 2.8 billion people at the moment do not have enough electricity, but microgeneration actually could solve this problem, and being able to be tracked and traced using blockchain technology offers a real solution as we go forward to reduce our dependency on fossil fuels even further.